Hey everybody, welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. I'm at Herrington Lake, okay? I'll give you a little bit more information about Herrington Lake in the end of the video. But what we're doing today, it's Memorial Day weekend. We brought our kayaks down here, me and Trail Buddy Outdoors, and we're gonna do a little fishing. We're gonna see what we can do. And it's been a long time since I've been here. I used to fish this lake when I was a little guy and with my dad. So it's been a while. It always was a tough lake, so I don't know what we're gonna do. But hey, we're gonna give it a try. We're outdoors today and it's beautiful. I mean, just look here. The scenery is gonna be really nice today. There's Trail Buddy Outdoors. So let's go. Alright, so this is Herrington Lake. Right offhand, I don't have a whole lot of facts in my head that I know for sure, but I have fished here a lot back in my early days. And, you know, this is what the lake pretty much looks like. You know, you got rock banks and you got deep drop-offs, and they drop off really quick. I mean, you know, very seldom do you find a bank that just kind of eases in, and even your points are, you know, they fall off pretty quick on every side. But, you know, what I found over the years since I've been fishing down here, you know, I like to fish crankbaits, slipless crankbaits, spinner baits. And, you know, I find myself a lot of times what I'll do is just parallel a bank, run the bank and kind of fish down through there that way. Now I've also had some luck with my old favorite, which is the Texas rig worm. I have used it a lot down here, especially at nighttime. I mean, the best fishing that I ever remember doing here was, like, you know, at nighttime. And seems like that's when, you know, everything was really kicking in a whole lot. So right now, today we came down here, not so much to fish. I did bring my fishing pole and I did bring a couple baits, but, you know, I didn't bring what I usually bring. So today what we're doing is we're just kind of paddling. We're casting a line here and there. I thought I'd show you the lake. Like I said, at the end of this video, I'll give you a little bit more factual information, point out some different places you can launch your boat at, and, you know, some of that information. So if you want to come down and take a trip down here one day. Today is today is Memorial Day weekend. So, you know, it's a weekend where, you know, a lot of people like to get out, hit the lake, have fun, and do all that stuff. But also, you know, always remember what this day is really about, and it's remembering those brave people who put their life on the line and made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could come out here and do stuff like this. I mean, that's what it's all about, you know. And I was in the military. I'm very fortunate that I'm still here today to talk to you. But, you know, there's a lot of guys that paid that price. And, you know, I'm so thankful for them. And, you know, my condolences go out to the surviving family members and friends, family. And I will be thinking about them this weekend. I mean, we are going to get out and do some stuff, but, you know, I also know what this weekend's all about. So, Memorial Day 2023. Lord, give all those families a big embrace. And let all those soldiers up there know that we're proud of them. But you can see, I mean, when you're down here paddling, I mean, man, it's beautiful. You know, you got these, sometimes, man, you'll get these big, tall rock cliff banks. And I mean, they're awesome. And we're going to get down here in a minute. I mean, there's a little cool little feature that I kind of seen there a second ago. But today we launched at Herrington Lake Marina. Okay, I don't know much about it. I had a buddy that was staying down here. Okay, I think he's got a houseboat or something down here, so I told him I'd come down, stop by and see him. But it's 20 bucks. I mean, it's 20 bucks to launch a boat, which is ridiculous. Especially to just launch a kayak. I mean, even to launch a boat. I mean, that's ridiculous. $20 is ridiculous. So I wasn't very happy about that. But, you know, it is what it is. I paid it, and it's not going to ruin my day because I had to spend some money. But I will go ahead and give you a heads up. If you go to that marina, it's $20. Now, I don't know how much the other ones are. You know, I may, when I get home, I'll do a quick online search and try to see if I can find some information. But that one there is high, man. I mean, that's steep. You're not going to be able to take a bunch of trips at 20 bucks a pop. All right, so here's what we got here. I want to kind of pan around a little bit, let you see everything. You know, we're going to, I know sometimes there's a lot of boat traffic down here, and I kind of thought there would be this weekend. That's why we'll probably just concentrate probably back here in this little cove here, probably over there. But, you know, there's pretty much the main lake there. And there's that cool little thing I was telling you about. I'll paddle over here in a minute, take a better look at it. But we're going to have a good time today. It's going to be awesome. What we said we're going to do, it's kind of windy. So we're going to paddle, and it's blowing back toward the boat ramp. So what we're going to do is we're going to paddle up through here a little bit, and then we're going to fish back. So should be a good day. Guys, we'll hopefully show you some fish here after a while. That's what it's all about right there. Yeah. Nice. Oh, man. You don't have to get this. This is a struggle. Okay? It's so deep. Probably won't have to break it off. Bro, are you still down? Oh, yeah. Copyright. Let me make one more cast to see what happens. That's the boat. Oh, that's terrible. In this episode, I was fishing at Herrington Lake. It was established in 1926 and it's privately owned by Kentucky Utilities. It's the deepest lake in Kentucky with an average depth of 78 feet and as deep as 250 foot. It's located near Danville, Kentucky and 30 miles south of Lexington, Kentucky. The boat ramp that I used today was Herrington Lake Marina. Okay, and there is a link in the description showing exactly where that's at. The fee to launch a boat was $20, which was ridiculous. Parking, there were numerous spots for vehicles with trailers and without. On the lake, there are alternate launches. There's at least 15 different access sites according to the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and there is a link in the description for that information. Suggested gear and tackle. Over the years, I've had my greatest success fishing a Texas rigged worm on the rock shelves. I've also had success running crankbaits along the bank. Spinner baits are also good in fallen timber and buzz baits in the early morning. Phone signal with AT&T was good. And additional considerations, bring a camera, some sunscreen, and a lunch box for a good picnic on the lake. Alright, scoring guide, and I'm basing this on the Herrington Lake Marina, okay, where I put my kayak in today. Alright, so accessibility, I give it a 6, okay. Major roads coming into the lake are US 27, Kentucky 33, and Kentucky 152. Alright, the roads heading down to most of the ramps on the lake are skinny and windy. The ramps themselves are typically one lane and very steep. So be sure to study the map before you take off and use caution when backing down those steep ramps. Facilities, I gave it a 3. Alright, so Herrington Lake Marina. The boat launch there, okay, also features a marina with a store, restaurant, and bathrooms. There are boat rentals available. But what got it a 3 was it cost $20 to launch, which is totally ridiculous, and I won't be launching there again. Alright, atmosphere, I gave it a 6. Alright, so the lake during the week, you will find it nice and quiet. On the weekend, it's a different story. You'll have lots of people there kayaking, canoeing, and recreating, and there's also a lot of recreational boat riders, okay, so you got to keep an eye out. The lake is also prone to floating debris of all sorts, so be careful when you're out there riding around. Alright, fishing quality, I gave it a 7. Alright, the bass fishing here can be tough, but persistence usually pays off with a nice sized fish. Okay, most of the bass that I've caught over the years are usually over 14 inches, so when you catch one, it's a good one. Alright, scenery, I gave it a 7. Alright, the cliff banks are beautiful. Okay, there's lots of rock outcroppings and many of the banks do have houses along them. Okay, and like I told you before, with all the debris, there's a lot of trash floating around, and that's mainly because this lake, okay, is used for alright, so that gives it a 29 out of 50, which, hey, you know, that's still okay. I mean, if it wasn't for the $20 boat launch, it would have got a lot better score. So, hey, Herrington Lake is still an awesome place to fish, and I definitely suggest you get down there. You might just want to check out one of those other 15 ramps. I don't know exactly what they cost, but you might want to look beforehand before you go. So, that's all I got.